Martellus Bennett, welcome. I love hearing that music again. It's almost time for football season, right?
I heard it, I was like, oh, I haven't heard that song. Only time you hear that song is when a sporting event is about to happen.
Yeah, exactly. So talk to us about this next phase of your life, what this series is all about. What's the inspiration for it?
Well, a couple years ago, I started a company called the Imagination Agency while I was still playing, and the idea was to start creating content that represent the kids that didn't get to see themselves in the media that they consume. So, I mean, I started writing children's books, and I do interactive children's book apps, and now I'm doing an animated series that I'm working on as well. And it's really about telling these stories. And for me, A.J. is named after my daughter. Her name is Austin Jet. So basically, I want her to have characters that look like her on the screen and not really focus on their color, but also their great imaginations and the adventures that they go on. So like A.J. is like a version of Calvin and Hobbes, basically, where her and the rabbit goes on these fantastical adventures. That's pretty much all her imagination.
And how does your A.J. reacted to this?
Oh, she loves it. Oh, that's me, that's us, that's mommy, that's daddy, and the rabbit and everything. So she loves it, and she always tells her friends, and it made me, she loves a lot of shows. Like, I compete with a lot of people, like there's Dora the Explorer, there's Dr. McStuffins, but when we moved to L.A. recently, she's like, oh, I want an A.J. room, and I was like, oh, I'm doing so well.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotta mean a lot, because I'm sure there's a lot of other families that also have similar feedback, right?
Yeah, that's what happened. I get a lot of text messages from parents or emails from parents that say, oh, keep going, we love it. My kids love seeing themselves. This is so great to have representation, because like in children's books, only up to about 3% of characters are kids of color. So it's just, when you think about that, out of every 100 books, you find 3 books that look like your kid. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack, and I don't think it should be that way. So I try to make sure I be the voice for the voiceless and tell those stories.
And that's got to mean so much to so many people, and it's great to have you in Los Angeles. Now, welcome to L.A. You've been here for a few weeks living here. It's good to have you here. And, you know, let's talk a little bit of football, and in terms of speaking the voice for the voiceless, the NFL Anthem controversy continues with people, you know, whether to kneel or not to kneel, and how the owner should react to it. What do you take? What do you think about all that?
I think so far right now, the players have gotten to the point where they don't need to take a knee anymore, right? The idea of the knee was to start the conversation. I think the conversation has started. So now I can see a lot of guys, they want to have the conversation, but people having are they open listeners and listening and actually receiving the message, or are they trying to change the message? And that's when you feel like, well, this is what we're talking about, but everyone else talks about this. So let's have an open conversation, open dialogue about the real issues, which is injustices and, you know, the discriminatory things that's happening in the world, the police violence and things like that. But everyone goes back to the flag, you know. So it'll be interesting, because the NFL tried to take the rights from the guy to be able to protest meaningfully and peacefully based on the dollar, not the substance.
Yeah. Well, one thing everybody can agree with is that they love winning, right?
Yeah.
You won a Super Bowl, but there was this moment you had with Tom Brady, who's won 5 Super Bowls. We want to play this for you and talk about it.
Hold on, you can't come in like that. You can't come in like that. Hey, show them again what you got right there. Okay. Show them the greatness.
Talk about showing you up. Okay, so you've played with a lot of players, a lot of quarterbacks. Yeah. What is it about TB12 you think that makes him so great? What separates him from everybody else?
I think he's just very down to earth, and he's just the ultimate competitor. I always tell people the story that me and Tom actually connected over home decor. We both like interior design and houses and stuff like that. So we'd be on the bus looking at each other's Pinterest, like, look at this house and look at this house. And that's how we became friends. But for me, he's like one of the ultimate competitive guys. Like, he sets the standard high every single day. Like, he's one of the few people I've met that brings it every single day, because he wants to be the best. And I also think that Tom Brady loves being Tom Brady. Like, he loves being the best, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's just like, yeah, he knows he's Tom Brady. He doesn't say anything about it, but he has this I'm Tom Brady type vibe about himself, and I dig it. Yeah.
Are you going to be a broadcaster going forward?
Nah, man, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm too real for TV sometimes.
Oh my God, I think you'd be so good. You think the Rams and Chargers are going to be good this year?
I mean, it'd be interesting to see what the Chargers do. I think the Rams are going to piggyback on the season they had last year. They got a great coach, great young core. a lot of young players, and I think there's a lot of excitement in the city around them. There's not so much excitement in the city about the Chargers at the moment, but I never really count Phillip Rivers out and the things that they're doing. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people this year and have a good season. It's hard to play when you know the team is going to move. It's like being at a job when you know you're going to get fired. You know, you don't work. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, we need you on TV more, but you can check out the Fantastical Adventures of A.J. available right now on YouTube. Martellus, thanks so much.
Thanks
for coming in.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Very cool. Well, coming up a little later, what are you afraid of? And is that fear blocking your happiness? We have an expert who will help you break through whatever is holding you back in our Wellness Wednesday. Plus, a tow truck's dash cam video catches a horrifying crash. And it's all on tape. Yep, you see right there. We'll have the story behind it when we come back.
I'm 6'5". I finally found somebody taller than me.
Can you dunk?
Some days, yeah. You can, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can still dunk.
Yeah, pretty easily. Yeah.